Nice.
Delicious.
Was it yummy? How'd it go?
I mean, it was about as teen as it gets, but
Like pretty classic.
it was just like she doesn't even fight. Like she's not fighting for herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was her last ditch effort to really say something that was gonna get us, and all she could say was, "I think you're making a big mistake."
Yeah.
Keith's got plans for you guys.
Were you like, what are the plans?
Keith's already planned out. She wouldn't say anything. She wouldn't say anything about the plans. She would just say, "Just be careful. Keith's got plans." And I'm like, "We all have plans. We have plans to take it. Like, you know, we have plans too." Like, it's just not enough. Like, she didn't say one thing that was like, "This is what I can do for you," or "This is what I can tell you about whatever Keith has said." It was just like, "Just be careful. Keith has plans."
Thanks, Tips.
I'm like, "Yeah, well,
That's what I mean.
Take him out too, so it doesn't matter." And she was just like, you could tell she was getting into like one of those like pissed like moods. And we just brought up everything. We're just like, "Listen, you haven't really been loyal to us this whole game."
Oh.
Yeah. And I was just like, in the situation with the oddballs, you didn't say anything. She's like, "Yeah, but it was just nothing. I was in and out. Doesn't matter." And
Doesn't matter.
It does matter because you knew
None of the
about
rest of us have done that.
Exactly. None of us have done that. And we would have told each other if we did. With the LT vote, you never told us. You could have at least given us a heads up that we were getting flipped on. And she's just like, "It was last minute. I didn't have time to tell you." I was like...
She said what?
She's like, "It was a very last minute flip. We had to wait on Tara's vote to do the flip." So it was like, she's like, I didn't have time to tell you guys. I was like,
So what about when we were all up in the Destiny room? Like after?
Yeah.
Why didn't you come up and be like, "Fucking you guys, okay."
Exactly.
Like right away. She waited for an HOH comp to see who won.
Yep. And she said, I'm like, "Listen, I saw you guys come out of the room, and then Austin and Kyle came down and sat for like 30 minutes before the vote, like, and you guys knew you were flipping, and you didn't say anything to any of us." And then from there, I just like, "Yo, you guys are seen as a duo. Like, you guys are seen as two numbers. Tara is never putting you up, and she told me that in her pitch. She told me that she's putting up me or Ty. So that was probably the worst thing she ever could have said to me. And she pretty much threw your game out, like, by saying that. And then I said, then she's like, "So why'd you even put up Keith then? Why?" And I was like, "Because I knew one of you three had to go home this week, and he's the only other one of the three. And why would I burn an unnecessary bridge with Braden by just throwing him up there if I wanted to? My goal was to get rid of one of the three. There's no reason."
She like, okay.
Yeah, she had nothing to say to that.
Does she know she's going home?
Yeah. She knows she's going. But she's just like, "It is what it is." She's like, "It's gonna be hard for you guys going forward now." I'm like, "It's gonna be hard either way." Like, and then I was like, "Okay, like, you're probably one of the better people to talk to about this situation because you know how deep this goes with us and Keith, like, since day one. Like, you were part of the Sunsetters. Like, you understand, like, the relationship. Other people don't understand our relationship to this level, so, like, why we're so emotional, blah, blah." And she's like, "Oh, they understand. They know how deep it is." Like with, like, crazy attitude. She's like, "Oh, no, everyone knows how deep it is."
How deep your relationship with Keith?
With Keith, yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "I don't really care."
I know, Braden's kind of confused too. He's like, "Beth, you know that, like, Keith is tight with those guys."
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard, so I had to lie to him a little bit. I told him I have to tell Keith this too, because Braden's like, "What could he have offered you, Beth? Like, what did he offer you?" It's literally just happened in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah?
And all I said was, I made him promise that he wouldn't put you and I on the block next to each other. And he was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, bless.
So that's kind of fine.
That's good.
Okay, so I'll tell Keith for that.
That's good last minute thinking.
I was like, "Oh,
good for you."
So now he's like, thinks we're like besties again.
Yeah, that's good.
I literally will never stop smelling.
Like onion? I like it.
I don't.
Yes, I do.
I don't.
You don't even smell. Yes, you don't.
Oh, I just taste it then.
You actually don't smell.